everybody. Hello, everybody. Ooh, yes, we are back here again for another great episode of the Open Reporters and Talks. Yes, the program where we discuss and give our unbiased and unreserved opinion, unreserved and unbiased opinion on the issues affecting the social, political, and economic welfare of Nigerians across Nigeria, connecting Nigerians home and abroad. Yes, am I here? Am I here? Am I here? Yes, we are here. Yes. First of all, today is the third day of is the third day of February, the third day of February 2025, and we're in the studio for our 74th edition of the program, the 74th episode of the program. Yes. Basically, I'll say Happy New Month. Happy New Month to you, Happy New Month to everybody on Open Reporters. Happy New Month to Nigerians across the globe. Yes. There are going to be exciting topics. We have topics here and there for everybody. But first, I'd like to introduce myself. I'm your regular host, Obizo J. Open Reporters will be with us in a couple. And he'll be live with us. He will join us as we go further on the program. Yes. Basically, I want to say we had a mix-up on Friday. Yes, it was we missed our flight. So not like we missed our flight was postponed, so we could not meet up schedule for Friday. So we apologize. Basically, I work directly from my laptop. And the reason why I couldn't work from where I was because there were setbacks. So I had my laptop with me. I wanted to work from where it was noisy and there were setbacks. So I said I tried to reach out, even though my reporters couldn't come on. He was here waiting for me, but I apologize. Today we're here, and we'll do things going forward. But what I'll have to do today is to ensure that we bring all the topics, all the news together. We have to put them in place and put them where they belong. Sorry, guys. I'll give you sorry guys, I'll give you a bit of what I am seeing here because we will delve into that. First of all, let me just say first of all, let me say we have a backlog of news that on the desk, but whatever, we have to bring them, we spill them out as it is. So first, I'll give you a bit of a snippet from what we had on Friday, then I'll garnish it over on what we have in for today. Yes, as the topic goes, the first says Okpebholo approves 21-year jail term for cultists and sponsors. These are news coming from Opa reporters. Okpebholo approves 21-year jail term for cultists and sponsors. The second topic says Inec presents BVAS at Tribunal, examines evidence of overvoting. Third, we sacrificed Tinubu for Yoruba presidency. He didn't want it. Akande. Thirdly, PDP APC lawyer bicker over alleged threats to witnesses. I think that is relating to to the Edo State Tribunal. Yes, and going forward, it said Edo State governorship still on the tribunal. PDP Godalo closed case with 18 witnesses. At this point in time, I guess with 19 witnesses. I have to be sorry about that. Yes, PDP Igodalo closed case with 19 witnesses. Yes, in other news, let's yes, a lot of things have happened in the past 5 days. I'll try to just bring them out as they come. Yes, Nigerian female artist, Thames Bags Grammy Award. Yes, I want to take congratulations to Thames. She bagged the award for the best African music performance, and she dedicates the award to her mother. Yes, that is not news, but those are the things that let these people know that we have a big spot on the map. Because some people are trying to say, yes, Africans will be on the map. We're trying to put Africans on the map. No, Africans are on the map. So things like that, let them know, or things like that is put into their face that we are on the map. We have been on the map since, and we don't need any validation from anybody to show our recognition or ourselves or recognize that we are on the map. Yes. Okay, let me say, sometimes I I I like to I like to see the news, and it makes me, sometimes I see some certain things and I just laugh. But okay, another another celebration for us, for Nigerians. US-based Nigerian Roman Abayomi wins, probably married to a white man, becomes judge. I am saying this because there's been speculations around going with the fear of deportation and the immigrant or the Trump uh, the Trump message on illegal immigrants in the US having to be deported, etc. Yes, there's been a wave of heat where people have been coming online to self fear. Yes, we know things are happening around us. Yes, there's been a new government has come. Donald Trump has been sworn into office. Now, what we know how to do best, how some Nigerians, what they enjoy or they love, or they try to crave attention or to create conversation or attract a lot of watch or attend or stream, they try to sell fear. Yes, what I mean, try to sell fear. Online, there's this popular guy known as Daddy Freeze. He had a couple of people in the show. I saw a bit of it. I watched a bit of it for like 3 minutes, and I actually I got I don't want to use the word irritated, but I felt, yes, this is not the time to solve here. This is time to ask for solutions. This is time to say, okay, this is what they said is happening over there. How can we get it solved? Now, because you are a passport holder, you don't come online to sell fear. Then you tell people you cannot go here, you cannot go there, you cannot do one or the other, and try to. Sometimes it sounds like a lot of bridge burners are getting excited. These are the people that will come and give you justification why a bad leader or a person, a leader imposes pain on the people. They come to justify it. I'm not here for. I'm not here. I'm not going to. I'm not coming after anyone. Sorry, I'm having everything on my screen. I don't know why it has been on my screen. It shows a little dark. Yeah, you have to clean it from time to time. So what I'm saying is this: a lot of people are thriving. A lot of people are succeeding. A lot of people are doing their thing home and abroad. James got a Grammy. The Grammy was in the US. So it's not like Thames must have come in with her team and she must have had people on ground that took her around and she must have come for shows and all that. Yes. But when you come to self here to say, don't walk around, you must have a so or so ID, it is simple. If you want to know anything, if you want to know anything about the laws, they are either Google, you have a toll-free number, there are immigration lawyers that could educate us. Some people do the education for free. They are online, they are on social media, you contact them, they will educate you. Now there's a story that someone said to me this morning, and it was about, that is what I was actually responding to when that was what I was actually responding to right now. Before, while I'm here in the studio, yeah, there's a story about a lady from Abidjan or I'm sorry, it's not Abidjan, Cote d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast, an Ivorian woman with double citizenship, and she had to travel to a country, coming back, and they stopped her. They said she didn't take a visa going to her country and all back and forth. I'm not. Yes, this is. I'm not saying these things do not happen, but before people, okay, the woman, what's her name? Where are the documents? I am not saying it's a lie, but this is not the time you send messages to certain people. People, that's putting fear. If you have an information, ask questions. That is all. Problem with us, the Africans or Nigerians especially, we do not ask questions. When something hits our phone, hits our table, we just share. We don't take our time to say, because when this came to me, when I saw it this morning, I'm not saying it's a lie, but I'm just asking. I said, what are the evidences to this write-up? It's just a write-up. There are no names, there are no name, there are no airport that the occurrences happened. There's no passport, there's nothing. It's just an Ivorian woman was caught and denied entry into the US because she left the country without a visa using her Ivorian passport, etc., etc. We have no right from time. I don't know if these changes have been made, but we have no right from time. Some people have, it's not completely legal, but when you have the American passport, it takes you to more than 90 or 80 countries. Yes, takes you there and back. If you have some passport, I think the strongest is Singapore, Japan. That will take you to 89 or 90 countries around the world. That is why they create. That is why our leaders go the extreme mile to ensure that their kids have this settled. It's not because they have honey and milk on the streets. No. They come here, they have their kids. And that is practically what is putting the fear in the system, because even the president has come to say that nobody of illegal status or a certain status will be given automatic child citizenship if the person has a child on American soil. It's basically the 14th Amendment of the Constitution, or the 14th, how, not the 14th Amendment, the Constitution says, 14th Amendment, how do I put it? Should I state it? Let me do a bit of, you know, the 14th Amendment of the United States Constitution protects citizens' rights and defines citizens. It also extends the Bill of Rights in the United States, which means it grants to all people born or naturalized in the United States, it grants them citizenship. That's it. Even sorry about so conversant, but at least. So this is why those people, they have their kids born here, because they know once the child is born on the soil, even if the person was having a transit, even if the person is transiting coming from South Africa, America, going back to China, and the lady happens to be here and she gives birth on this soil, the child automatically becomes a citizen. So those are the liberties that they have here. So when you see people coming to tell some stories to sell fear, I am not saying the stories are not true, but it's only best when you get such stories and you know you don't fall into a certain bracket. Do yourself a favor. You could copy the news, the story, Google it, or there are many lawyers out there. They will have little knowledge no matter what. There are some people that are not even lawyers, but they have knowledge. So please, my brothers and sisters, that if we start the live show you did yesterday, I know that if you do not hear me, I'm not a big, we're not stars here, we're not celebrities. So our podcast is just for us, a family podcast where we discuss things. But that podcast yesterday wasn't necessary. The people were trying to sell fear. A lady was there, she was ranting, even exposing her passport, making noise. Oh my God, she gave me a headache. I had to go up. Then there were other people saying a lie. There was a dude giving her backup and they say, you cannot, you are in the state I am, you must have this card. It's a driver's license. The funniest part of it, ICE, which is immigration, they have their records. They know who they are after, they have addresses, they have cases with them. That is number one. Two, if they're going for general raid, they believe, okay, certain demographics in certain locations, and there are high tendencies that illegals are amongst us. So they go on a random bus. Good people say your ID is not a validated ID, which is a government issued ID, not just your working ID. The government issued ID, which is the driver's license, social security card, state ID card, etc. Major, there has to be government issued. If people say those are not exemplary, explicitly they say they are not completely usable. Okay, what are they? America has over 200 million people. Okay, let's get personal. Let's say blacks are being targeted. How would you know an African Nigerian from an American? Okay, we go to the African market. Sometimes the black Americans don't go there. So these people go to spaces where you see predominant Africans or predominant Latinos, and they go there and they do random things because they have this notion or they believe that sometimes these places work on low budget and they have undocumented people. That's their, So they are using the discretion of going to those places. Well, good. But you can't tell people, everybody take your passport and work with your passport. Or you can't tell people, your passport is not, your driver's license is not a valid ID. We do not work for these people. The immigration has they have their paperwork, they have their bookings, they have their knowledge, and the individual has a discretion. They have their discretion of how they work. Yes, there are stories that we see, scary, we see videos. We know this is the internet, I'm not trying to digress. I don't have anybody in the studio yet, so I'll just talk about what is trending. The internet is a very powerful tool. Social media is a very, very powerful tool. This is the reason why we are here and I'm discussing with people out there. And it is used, this is what, it doesn't lie. What you put on the internet is what you put on the internet is what would stay on the internet. That is why we tell people, mind what you say, mind how you say it, and always be on the right path. That is it. Now, it should not be a tool to sell fear. It should not be a tool to create hate. A lot of people have used that to do what they want to do. Yes. So I'm begging our Oga, the Oga of the fellowship, Shipu movement, blah blah blah, Pastor Daddy Freeze, like it calls itself. Please, when you bring people on your show, do extra verification. I know everybody wants to say they know the fact or they've been there or they've seen it. Yes, it happened to them. Or yes, this and that. I'm not saying it didn't happen, but please get extra verifications. Because I know there was a lot of traffic on his wall, a lot of comments. Comments weren't ending because at some point we are all guilty of it. Or we get into a post, I jump straight to the comments because sometimes I like to see the funny things that people say because I like to make funny comments too. I don't take the internet serious. It's a place for fun where we can relate and keep our brains on the count. So I go for the comments. But if you see the comments, a lot of people don't even want to comment because they feel they are being watched over the social media. Some people are having fake social media details, but do not sell fear. We should be more interested in how can we have this? Where do we have immigration lawyers? Okay, who is our external affairs minister? What is she doing about this? Although I read something like, I don't know if it was true or false. They said the lady, Mrs. Abike, I know her name used to be Abike. She said Nigerians abroad should not spend money. They should save money in case they get deported so that they can have what to use when they get back home or something. Or they should start sending money to save the Nigerians so that when they push them back, they will have something to fall back on. I don't know if it was real, but that is the social media that we're seeing. It was from a link, it was from a story that was still, I didn't believe it, I didn't talk about it, but I'm just saying it now because that is why I'm saying the social media is a strong tool. You can read funny things, you can see videos. That's where we get news from. But we try to do a lot of verification on these things that I come to say here. A lot. So apparently, the news that I got about the Ivorian woman, yes, I see the Ivorian. Yes, the news about the Ivorian woman that the story is out there. I don't know how authentic it is, but it has flown around and it has flown around and it's everywhere now. A lot of fear has been put in place. But let us not think fear. We should be more interested. We are wealthy enough, we have a great nation. We should put our nation in place. We should put our people united. We should begin to think of how we have good lawyers that we can afford, lawyers that we can afford to come out and start looking for ways to be on ground in case Nigerians begin to have setbacks. Yes. Anyways, like I said, let's go back to the topics we have seen on ground. Yes, okay, let me go talk about the PDP Godalo closed case with 19 witnesses. Yes, as it is, satisfied with the 19 witnesses they produced to testify before the Edo State Governorship Election Petition Tribunal, Abuja, PDP, and its candidate as well on Monday closed their case. So the case has been closed. The witnesses have come on deck. They have come to defend their. They've come to defend their. They come to defend their case. The petitioners are alleged. The petitioners are challenging the declaration of Monday. Governor Okpebholo of the APC Congress, APC as winner of the GUBER, and at the resume proceeding, the witness before led counsel and petitioners, blah blah blah, informed the justice, led three-man panel tribunal, and they have concluded their case. So at this moment, only the lawyers in the court. I think what happens now, it will be for the defendants, that's what they are called, to defend themselves, which I believe should be Inec and APC. I don't know how that would go. I don't know how long this will take, but Tribunal has fixed Wednesday for Inec to open its defense. That is what I was trying to say. The tribunal has opened. Inec has declared that Okpebholo of the APC secured social votes to defeat the closest rival with 50,000 votes, agreed by the income of the polls. The PDP and Akande approached the tribunal, praying it to nullify Inec's declaration of the APC and Okpebholo as the winner of the contest. So that is what they want. That is what they are wanting. It's not like they want another election. They are saying his numbers were invalid. However, does it mean they can prove the original numbers? But Inec has their BVAS too. So that is that. I don't have anybody in the studio with me to give their own submission. But you know what they will say, because these days, the more people we have in the studio, the more I'm like pro PDP. It's not like they are pro PDP, because I hardly find people that are pro PDP that come around. Yes, the real PDP members have not come to the studio in a while. Yes, so the people that come are more like pro Aswe Igodalo, which is the APC, the PDP GUBER candidate. Well, on the other topic, there's been one that said Okpebholo approves 21-year jail term for cultists and sponsors. 21-year jail term for cultists and sponsors. The Edo State Governor on Tuesday signed into law a 21-year jail term for cult members and their support and their sponsors A statement released by the Secretary of the State of the Government, Umar, noted that the previous law had been repealed to impose higher or harsher punishment of cultists and their sponsors. He urged the public to take heed and avoid some action detriment to the peace, growth, and development of the state. The statement read, it is hereby announced that for the information, well, this is, it has been on Tuesday, that was Tuesday last week. Yes, this has been signed into law. So this is, yes, this, this is to keep, to enhance or to promote the peace, growth, and development of Edo State. Yes, everybody should put that in mind. That should be underlined. That Edo State must in every way put first. Edo State in every way, every Edo State citizen, or every Nigerian citizen, or every global citizen must these things first. And I like the words used: peace, growth, and development. These things must be put in place first. So anything that tries to break down the peace, the growth, and development of our state, we all must put our hands together to ensure that there's a halt to it. And I think the governor has done a good one there. Besides that, this is a bold step. This is a very bold step. Now, other laws should be signed. Yes, we have to peace. Without peace, what does that mean by breach of peace? Breach of peace. When there is peace, there is peace. Those that breach it, is it only cultists that breach peace? No. Some individuals breach peace. Some individuals breach the development of our state. Those laws should be signed as well. The signing should be a bigger one, which puts cultism under and some other acts. Yes, so that it can be expanded. And those who say, okay, I want the cultists, but I still want to breach the growth or to breach the peace, they will have that in their minds. Because at this point in time, you will say, I want a cultist, but I can do what I want to do. I can breach the peace. What about those that breach the peace and they are not cultists? Those things should be checked. We have to put everything in check. But the government has done a good one there. Yes, because we have to restore our Edo back. The beautiful Edo where we go and walk in peace, where we move out well at night, where nightlife, business, festive period was full of celebration, and people did not need to move around with heavy armed men, because that is what has almost become a trend. Individuals going home with, how does that work? I'm going home, I'm going to see my mother or my siblings, and I'm moving with an armed man just because I fear that peace and insecurity has taken, or that someone has breached the peace, however, creating insecurity in the land, which enhances the loss of lives and sometimes property. So these are the first things to put in place. Security is key. Security is the main one. So the government has done this. We said where to go. Yeah, let's keep it running as it is. Let's keep it. Let's keep it going. Yes. Well, okay. I think we're going to discuss a bit of old news. Inec presents BVAS. Yes, as Tribunal examines evidence. Yes, that was last week. I think it was last week, Wednesday, after, remember the tribunal was moved to Abuja, and the sittings commenced on Tuesday, making, yes, so the proceedings commenced on Tuesday. However, I think on Wednesday, the BVAS machines were taken to the court. And even on Friday, I guess, the senator of Edo North was present. Comrade Adams Oshowole, he was present at the court premises, and he said he was there for just observation, and he wasn't there for party or anything. He was there for mere observation. There were reactions though, because yes, we always react, especially people say Oshowole came to intimidate, but Oshowole did not. From what I saw, Oshowole came in as a gentleman. He walked in there. You know, his presence has an aura. He has a lot of controversy. So people say he was there quiet. He was there also for a while, seated beside the deputy governor, Dennis Idahosa. Yes, those are the things that we have in democracy. He came in and came like a regular party chieftain, and he appeared he was present for that for the court matters. Yes. Yeah, but the BVAS machines were dropped, and they said they were going to examine the machines. There were indications for the reason why the evidences were brought was because they wanted to verify with the CTC, which is the certified true copies, which was handed by Inec compared to what they have on paper. That was why it was brought to court. Well, that is that. Yes, I've been talking all by myself, but I have a gentleman with me in the studio now. I have somebody here, somebody in the studio. Now let me pick one of these topics so that he can give me a submission on it. Give me a submission. Yes, okay, let's put it this way. PDP and APC lawyers bicker over alleged threat on witnesses. There were rumors that some witnesses were threatened and allegedly, that's what we say, they were threatened and they were, okay, I think initially they were cajoled to take 5 million naira not to appear, but they didn't agree, hence the threats followed. And honestly, that was what I heard. It was a hearsay, or yes, which is still alleged, because I think this was that was my own hearsay, but it is what it is, because, like I said, the PDP and the APC on Thursday had part over the election petition over alleged to witnesses. Sometimes it's funny. It's funny when these things happen and they all come out like. Okay, before I go to Comrade Omori, welcome to the show. Want to talk about the story here where they said the witnesses were coded through the use of acronyms. He said identifiers of the witnesses were known through the role they played during the governorship election that held in 2021. So at this point, however, his allegation did not down well with senior lawyers who appeared for respondent in the petition. Well, they said they were threatened. I don't know why. Maybe threatened not to speak or to avoid being witnesses. Well, what is your take on that, Mr. Comrade Omori?
Yeah, thank you, bro. I've been under the weather. My voice is not.
Yeah, it's okay.
My voice was bad before. It's even worse now. I'll be having some cold and sneezing.
Sorry about it.
Thank you, my brother. You see the way things are going in our country. I think I've gotten to a point where I feel we are very hypocritical. Generally, the way we address things, we know the truth and we try to shy away from them, and we're not going to go anywhere with that kind of attitude. If you see the attitude of APC during the tribunal, you don't need a prophet to tell you what was going on. The same thing they did during the electionary campaign. You see the activities leading to the election. You don't need anybody to tell you that certain non-state actors didn't have the power to do what they did. And the intimidation, that one even made me to conclude that there was a time on this platform I said, I'm not too convinced that police, they purported to have, during that protest was actually dead. And if the police was dead, they did that thing for a purpose, just to gain sympathy from somewhere, from Abuja or from and that was exactly what they had. And the PDP on their own were not careful. They were playing into their trap. The same thing they did during the tribunal. Were you not surprised when you saw a gentleman, when you saw somebody, wearing the jersey of PDP of Asra Godalo, shooting gun, brandishing pump passion in broad daylight. That place that boy was standing was so close to the, to the police there, to the state CCID to fight service. That's not a place you can do that and go free. At the end of the day, what finally happened? The healers that took that guy away was from a government house. Look at the way his talks were intimidating police and SSS. One day they threatened to even beat up an SS official. So what does that tell you? So I wouldn't know who applied for the case to be moved to Abuja, but then originally I was of the opinion that all those activities, all those drama you saw were geared towards creating the impression that there was no security so that they could move it to Abuja. But later, I was surprised to hear the PDP saying that they applied for the case to be moved from Benin to Abuja. Whichever case, whichever way you look at it, the people were helpless. Even the witness, there was no way the witness would have been comfortable coming to testify under that condition. The lawyers themselves could not be comfortable. There was a day they wanted to beat up a lawyer, his son, for that matter. I mean, what kind of people are we? When things are happening, we shout as if it has not happened before. Is it not the same people? Is it not that same Tony Kabaka and co that shot at governor's convoy at the palace of at the palace in Benin City, at the palace of Oba of Benin in the Benin City? So when things are happening, we pretend as if these people we've not seen this before, as if these people are strangers. I don't belong to that category. I don't pretend. I don't belong to the group of those pretenders. These are people we know too well. We know them too well. They are not from the moon. They are not from Pluto. They are not from the. They live with us every day. We know who they are. They have done worse things in the past. What would the only surprise you will ask? The only question you will ask yourself: how do they survive it? And no such a thing can survive, when they don't have the backing of, authorities in the high places. Togri cannot survive anywhere. That was when I saw them, passing a law, passing a bill into law against courtesan. I mean, there was a law even during Obaseki that they repealed. It's not going to hold water. It's just going to be an effort in futility. Who are the thugs? Among those thugs, if you want to filter them, 95 to 99% of them are Cultists. So you need them to do one or two things for you. You're coming up with a law. We have never been in short of laws in that country. Implementation of our law is where the problem lies. When people come around to say we don't have law, we don't have constitution, I don't fall for such gimmicks. Who are the thugs? Who are the Cultists? They are right there with you. They are your body guys. They are the boys you send on errands to do one or two dirty jobs for you. So who are you? The laws you are you putting in place against Cultists. Who are you putting in the place for? Is it going to be for your passive political enemies or who? We joke too much in that country, my brother. Moving that tribunal from Benin to Abuja was unnecessary. The government, if they were willing, if there was sincerity of purpose, they would have been able to provide security in Benin right there. When police start begging talks, so please leave DSS official alone, you will know that they're not, the power they are using it's not their own power. Those people cannot thrive. They cannot come to the street to do what they do if they don't have the backings of certain authorities, of certain leaders.
That was why it was better, because since it has moved to Abuja, honestly, we haven't seen all that drama. And when it was getting bigger and hotter, because even someone that was in Benin the day that it was transferred to Abuja, or the day before it was, the whole of Sapele Road was blocked. The businesses around there were shut down. The businesses around that.
My brother, do not be deceived. Most of us are too old in this game to fall for such gimmicks. I was already an adult. I participated fully during Oshomole's tribunal. You could see what happened then. The bike men, market women, those were even some of the things that assisted Oshomole to regain his mandate.
Yes.
People were always there to show solidarity for Oshomole, but you never see this level of thuggery. People, intimidating police and the DSS, trying to break down, intimidating their lawyers. But this solidarity was there.
Let me put it this way. Yes, we know when Oshomole had it, it was, I think it was at Okpebholo Hill the court in Okpebholo Hill. People went to court, but they did not disrupt other people's businesses. This time around, it is chaos. When you get there, when you in front of the court, there are people. Someone sent me a video. A lawyer was in court and sent me a video of the court court premises one day. But this was before the chaos. A lot of the bosses came. They were walking into court. It was okay. After a while, they said it was all. The place was full. When you see angry-looking people, and they were going to attack. But nobody to Abuja now. It is not when they have all gone home. because none of them will be able to travel to Abuja.
Okay, let me tell you one thing. It could also be a deliberate attempt. This was, it could be exactly what they wanted, to create the impression that the place was not safe. That was exactly what they did during the election. If you remember vividly, there was a political trap they set for PDP. Baseki, being the regular politician, was always falling for some of their traps. Yeah. If you look at when they said that policeman was killed, this was a policeman, whether he was actually shot or not, I'm not sure because I wasn't there. We couldn't see any blood stain. The man wasn't on the floor, he was the one running. I saw him running, holding his side, like he was holding one part of his ribs, walking. He was the one walking. He walked himself he wasn't carried into the van. I saw him walking, at the end of the day. Some people took him into a bus. After a few seconds or a few minutes, only to be brought out as a dead man. Instead of rushing him to the hospital, they put him in the back of a truck, parading him in the whole of Benin to create the impression that, what does that tell you? Where that place where that thing happened, there is a big private hospital right there by the corner. They didn't do that. They paraded this man, a family man, a policeman, the police, fellow policemen were there supporting that evil of parading that guy, using it as a political point, as a campaign point around the Benin City. Whether he was alive or not, they didn't care. At the end of the day, they got what they wanted. They were able to get the support of Abuja to intervene. But on this very transfer of the tribunal from Benin to Abuja, it could also be a calculated attempt to create the impression that, oh, this place is not safe for anybody. And they got what they wanted. If you listen to Stone and Co., what they were always saying, he will come out to say, we teach you how to do politics. We teach you how to do politics. We teach you, you will learn a new thing. Openly. What are you teaching people? Your Togri? The Togri has been with us since even before independence. Remember, Omobirio was an Ajasi. Moro, have you forgotten the operation wet here in the southwest? There is something new they are doing that we have not seen before. The only thing I want to tell you is that they cannot thrive if they don't have the backing of the state. Who are they? They are nothing. One time had the state in Nigeria once said, all these things cannot last 24 hours if they don't have the backing of the state. You see, if you see Togri, if you see they're thriving, side by side with they have the backing. Even the one you see in the north right now, in the northwest, they have the backing of one or two people in the high places. So other than that, they cannot thrive. So my concern is we pretend too much as a people. If people are not backing these people, if somebody is not giving them the go ahead, what they were doing in that tribunal, don't be surprised the commissioner was already aware. All what we were saying was like just a drama play. They were had to play the script that was written for them by somebody. Other than that, why will somebody come out in that location? That place is a secure place. It's not a village. We're not talking of a tribunal holding in Uguyoko or holding somewhere in Oriomo. We're talking about center, heart of Benin, where you have all the police forces. The Zone 5 is there, SRB is there, CCID is there. Somebody brandishes weapon. We want our mandate. Does that not even surprise you to how foolish they were? Somebody wanted the mandate. He took the case to court. He will not bring out a poor passion during the day to say, if you wanted to do that, he will have started that right from the first day. No PDP member will be able to try that nonsense because they are not protected at this time. They know. You saw what they did to them when they wanted to inspect their materials at Inec. You saw what they did to even Obaseki on the day of on the night of election when they were on the day of collation. So when they could do that to a state governor, a city state governor, who push a PDP member will act so foolish, wear their own jersey, go to the street in a broad daylight, calling for one of the somebody that wanted the mandate that knows he's helpless this time around, will come out on the broad daylight with a gun, calling for. I mean, even if you want to do that, you want to send people to do that, you will not wear your jersey. You will not wear your logo at that particular time to do that. So sometimes they take it too far. They take it, they take their foolishness too far as if everybody is as foolish as they are. My brother, is very appalling. you'll be surprised that was either what they wanted so that the case could be transferred to create the impression that nobody was safe in Benin. And since they got what they wanted, and let me tell you what, if they want to do the same thing in Abuja, if they want to do it, depending on what they want to achieve, they can still do it in Abuja.
It depends. They can, but it's not their
depends on what they want to achieve, my brother. If they have the backing of other people,
it is not their territory. Abuja
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, bro. If okay, let me give you an example. Let me give you an example.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Let me give you a vivid example. If IG wants to achieve one or two things in Abuja, like let there be disruption. Let's create the impression that if they have the protection, the backing of state IG, they will do anything in Abuja. They will go free. Nobody will hold them. So if they want to create the impression that we don't want that case in Benin, they can. If you just need the commissioner to talk, the IG to talk to the commissioner, they will be protected. No matter what they do, even if they kill somebody, they will leave there hurt. I set an example before at the beginning. They opened fire on Obaseki in the midst of his fellow governors. Have you forgotten so soon? Fellow governors came to see. Then Obaseki and Wike were still in good terms, right? You know what Wike told Obaseki again? Is this what you face in Benin? Is this what you are dealing with? They opened fire. They opened fire on Obaseki. You know what they wanted to do? They wanted people to see it as a coincidence. My brother, palace is not just a public place where everybody can walk in at any time. We have protocol officers in the palace. If the palace is to receive 2 visitors in a day, there should be time. There should be adequate timing for them, so that there will not be clash of interest. So the 2 parties meeting in palace was not a coincidence. It was prearranged. So why will you even expect reference like talks like Tony Kabaka and co in the palace? The same time the governor, the #1 citizen of the state, was coming to visit the palace. It was prearranged. So I'm just giving you this example to let you know that once they have the backing of the state, there is something they cannot do. At the end of the day, how many people were arrested during that fracas? Nobody. Nobody went to jail for it. Nobody went for detention. Nobody was detained. Nobody was prosecuted for such attack. So when we come out to shout as if we've seen this thing for the first time, I just look at our people and I just laugh. We pretend too much as a people. We are very, very hypocritical. I think we have one or other 2 persons in the studio. I don't want to take too much time so that other people can have opportunity to make their input. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Comrade Omori. I appreciate it. Joe, you have been here. The Pagaiva, I don't know. Pagaiva, Joe, please, you'll be last. Pagaiva, welcome. I don't know where you are, your current location at the moment. Nice to have you in the house. Are you there?
Yes. I don't know if it's my network that is failing or somebody else's network. I don't know.
No. Maybe it's our network. I don't know. It's not from here though, but we can hear you loud and clear.
The network is somehow unstable.
Okay, well I can hear you. It's not from here. It's not from us. It's from here. It's from there.
Is it okay now?
Yes, it's okay.
Okay, thank you for having me. Thank you, Comrade Omori and Mr. Joe. Thank you for coming here. I'm still in Nigeria, so I listened to Comrade Mori. He has spoken about all the areas, exactly the same line of thought. I think it was orchestrated. It was a kind of predetermined plan for the tribunal to be moved to Abuja. So with all the security apparatus in Edo State, if they cannot protect the tribunal, that is a failure of the government. You see, sometimes what is happening in this country is very strange and is funny. You see, the police were running after those recalcitrants. Police, DSS or whatever they call themselves, they were running after those guys. without apprehending them. And it was a feed day. It was a free for all. They were in charge. Their powers were superimposed on the security agents. It was so sad what was going on. All these things were orchestrated for the tribunal to be moved to Abuja. Look at Abuja now, Oga, Oshomole, and the rest of them. They were all. In fact, what are those people doing in the court, in the tribunal? What are they doing? But anyway, let us hope for the best. We are just going to continue in this state until we get it right. Like I've always said, if the water is polluted at the source, there will not be very good water for people at the other. Benin, come to Benin. There's nothing going on here. Nothing. I'm not trying to say that the Obaseki's regime was better, but I'm trying to say let them govern. Let them govern. Nothing is going to traffic lights. I think I've seen about 2 traffic lights working in Benin, about 2. Others are not working. They are not even the very popular and the junction that threw Obaseki to the limelight. This is Pokman Junction. The traffic lights are no longer working. The Obaseki police, I don't know whether it would be appropriate to call the Okpebholo police now. These people, they are tired. They are tired of controlling the traffic. They will just stand there and watch the nonsense going on. The cars coming from all the directions and, hitting one another and so on. It's a charade. Nothing is working. The traffic light at 3rd Junction is not working. The one in Ikpokma is not working. I think the only one in First Circular at the junction at Saple Road is working. I thought that's the only one I've seen recently. New Benin, they are not working. Uwa Junction along Second, no one is working. This is a confusion. It's a stream of confusion. The roads are bad. Oh my God, I don't know. I'll give room to somebody else. People are tired. People are tired, and the excruciating condition here, the financial condition here is killing. People are dying. I went to UBTH yesterday to see somebody. There was no toilet for me there was no toilet. No, I couldn't even use the toilet. It was so dilapidated that teaching hospital for that, nothing is working. Nothing is working. Go to Sablero, nothing is working. I would like to leave it here. Thank you for having me.
So you were talking about the toilet. As soon as you enter the hospital, the odor you perceive alone is enough to send somebody to early grave. The odor you perceive in the ward alone, not even the toilet is too far. Well, it's appalling, man. You see hyping a governor. If you have not stayed 1 month in office, you already have a high pass. They are judging you to be the best governor. I mean, we pretend too much in Nigeria, bro.
I feel pain all over again because Epa Gaiva submission has broken my heart completely. Epa Gaiva, the way you sound so disappointed. I don't know
very,
if I'm sorry for it or what do you think? Don't you mean there's no hope? It doesn't look like anything, or people don't even know where to start from, or
this network.
I don't understand how you feel. I understand how you feel, and it's getting worse. And imagine if the wrong hands happen to hold the steering of power. That means in a couple of years there will be no Edo for us to talk about. Well,
I don't know. The side this network is giving us trouble now.
No, but can hear you clearly.
Maybe Obizoje's network.
No, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Even when the Yoruba was making submission, it was very fine. There was no network issue.
Mr. Joe, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here, my brother. Good evening.
Good evening, good evening. Welcome. Yes, we want you to give us the topic that has been on. Please give us your submission.
Yeah, thank you so much. I've actually listened to my great brothers from Edo State. In short, the passion we have for Edo State, they actually want to they want to destroy it completely. You see, the first day when this arrogance started in Benin, we all said they thought maybe we are just trying to support one side, not supporting one side. You see, this is when you see what is not good, you have to condemn it. Moving the tribunal to Abuja is not a PDP problem though, because it give it give good atmosphere, because if it was Benin that BVAS arrived, my brother, I don't think they will see that BVAS. So all for good. We should just have a hope and trust the judiciary. I know something good will come out, because you see, all eyes on the judiciary now. This Edo is ringing in Nigeria. APC, top APC member interested in Edo State Tribunal. They are interested, not just they are interested. People that is against Tinubu and in this case. So moving that case to Abuja is a favor to PDP. PDP know why they apply for it. It's the best thing. It's the best that will happen to PDP. It's the best thing that will happen to PDP. Because if it was in Benin, you see the arrogance, that beavers that finally came. I don't think, because you know there was a time they were trying to accept the beavers, the PDP in Benin. The APC put Wahala on it. They didn't allow them to accept it. Not knowing that we have PDP have intelligent lawyers. You see, the case PDP is doing now, it's a very simple case to judge. Oshun Tribunal. The reason why who went to Tribunal did not win, because they said the beaver was not available. They can't just they can't work with the extra they bring. They need the beavers as well. So that is PDP already go. PDP, in short, I just told you the one of the lawyers that win Aregbesola case is among these tribunal that Godaro invited, the Osun State, the one that won in Ekiti State, one of the lawyers. So we PDP don't know what they are doing. This one, there's no magic APC can do. No magic. It's over there already. They already know it's over, because that's why moving into Abuja is one of the best that happened to PDP. Because with that presence of that beavers, if it happen in Benin, they won't allow that beavers. Actually, they will look for a way to bomb that beavers. To make sure that beaver does not arrive in court. So not knowing that before they move that case to Abuja, the PDP already submitted a subpoena in court for that beaver. So you see, they shouldn't worry. They are working with intelligent people. They are working with intelligent people. This, if you see, most of they shouldn't be thinking these are Imo, Kobu, which you are. Lawyer is involved. Lawyer is involved. So it's not everybody will cheat. It's not everybody will cheat in Nigeria. If you want to cheat, you look hard and cheat. This is where we are now in this tribunal. I know it's going to go to the Supreme Court, but there's no way with that arrival of that beavers, APC cannot escape this again. They cannot escape it, because they wanted to use technically to quench this case, but there was no way. Technically, it could not come in. PDP was faster than them. So they were hoping on technicality. That's their hope for technicality. But that one has been cancelled. There are no more technicalities. Because the time frame, PDP meet up, we have 18 local government, people that came to bear witness, they are 19. So what are we not saying? We've covered everything. That's why they never expected PDP will quench that case. They told me PDP will continue today. But they are just taking them for surprise. We are taking them for surprise. Let them go and build their defense. Let's see. Let's see who will take the result. I told you, PDP still have forensic results. There's so many things involved. Forensic document. So they should go and bring quick result now. So the guy is waiting for them. There's already a forensic result. You will need that stage to produce them. So it was even the independent monitoring this is that sponsored that forensic because they saw how the election went. So so many people are interested. So many people are interested in this election. Not people alone. So many people are interested. So that's why the judges themselves they don't want to joke with it. They want to make sure they work in a good atmosphere. They see when that case was in Benin, they don't believe they didn't believe they are safe because of that what was happening outside the court. They also the news. They have family that watch the news. They got the news online. So they have to moving that case to Abuja is a favor to PDP. Is what the believe is. So those times passed. Those are that happen in Imo. Those are not because there was those are the election the judgment was called by technicality. With advanced technicality now, no more technicality now. With because it's delayed. They wanted to delay do all those one that, but PDP are smart then. No, they never in PDP submit something out to go and they collect BVAS or they get to Abuja. So they will have blocked it, but there's no way. So we are taking them by surprise. Because I don't know, they go back to history. They go back to history and go to verify how the case of Oshun went, how the case of Ekiti went. So APC, look, when you how can you compare that one do anything? Can that one do principal in school? All those people we are using them to do leadership. What do they know? They don't know anything. They have just to carry share money, finish. That's what they know. So that man is being said now. Everything we are getting a report that things are getting worse. There's no leadership in the state. No leadership. No leadership. We've lost leadership. So I just pray that God keep the tribunals alive for the case to end. That's my prayer. For saying there's no GBT again, nothing that can do it. Without that BVAS, it's gone already. Because BVAS will show you everything that happened in the election now. So and it be passed by law. So what that would not say. No more technicality. That's what their hope. So we were able to escape that. So we're on the real case now. Let them come and do their defense and bring fake results.
Yeah, please, can I interject the
Yes, you can. But you can.
All right. Please, sir, well, so I understand your position. What is good for the goose, they say is also good for the gander. You know, what is not good at all is not good at all. You know, we are paying like the evil perpetrated in the Edo election. Even on those are complaining about the evil.
Yes, everybody in Nigeria.
But one thing I want to tell you, my brother, so that you don't get disappointed at the end of the day. Don't expect so much from. I will tell you this one today. Mark today's date. We'll come back again and say, tomorrow you said this. It all depends on, you know, in a free and fair environment, in an environment where due process is allowed, when necessary and undue interference is not entertained. And even a baby lawyer can win this case for PDP and ASRE. But in an environment where the police is told what to do, where the judge is told what to do before he sits on the case, where he does not look at the facting issue, as the lawyer will say, they call it facting issue. You know, when you don't be so confident that technicality will overcome the error of technicality. No, you see that law they say it's a sword that can cut. They call it a two-edged sword. It can cut either way. So don't be too confident, my brother. So you don't get disappointed. For me, I will expect the best to come out. I expect the best to come out of this tribunal, but I don't have the confidence in this tribunal. I don't have belief. I don't have trust in the system, in the judiciary as far as Nigeria is concerned. Not just Nigeria. This one in charge. If it were to be the era of Buhari, no matter how bad Buhari was, there were certain things he did not allow to take place. I don't know, Lagos we boasted of in 2020. It wasn't because of those people. It wasn't because of our might. It wasn't because of our smartness. It was because the man in charge, the president wanted to, he wanted to decide who they wanted, right?
Mm.
This is a different ball game. If you leave it for, you saw who they brought to Edo for election as a returning officer, as an electoral officer, was the weakest cousin. And he boasted before the election that nobody could change him. Nobody could change him. And that was what they had. They had their way. Manipulation they did, they were not doing it, foolishly. They did it foolishly. They're not doing it as if they wanted the law to protect them. They do it the way anyhow because they knew no matter what happens.
Did we lose you there? Commander Mori, are you there?
I think he has network issue.
Yeah, maybe he had a call that came in. Yes, I have my own observation on the tribunal. You see, for me, I don't get excited. And Commander Mori, are you back?
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I was kicked out either by my network or something. Just took me out of the. Okay, let me just land on my line of thought so that he can take over from there. My brother, I don't want you to get disappointed. I don't expect anything from them. If they allow due process to take place, if they allow the law to take its course, I will be disappointed. I will be disappointed at them. Tinubu, see, I've known this guy for even before 1990. So Tinubu has been around. He's not the regular. There are things. No matter how failed you feel like Buhari was, Buhari is far better than Tinubu when it comes to allowing due process to take place. So don't have too much confidence in these people. Let's believe that they're going to repeat what they did through Inec in Edo State, through the tribunal. Even if they allow tribunal to, even if I don't know the kind of caliber of persons they have there, even if they summon courage to go against the bribe, because a lot of things will be thrown at them. Is it money? Is it threats? Is it their career? Most of them are their peak, the peak of their careers. They will be threatened with all manners of things. Even if they summon the courage and the tribunal has the courage to say, okay, this is the true nature of this case, I can tell you, in the appeal and the Supreme Court, my brother, a different thing will happen. What Tinubu wants is what will take place there. But I don't have confidence in them. But if they do otherwise, I will be disappointed. I will be happy, and I will be disappointed at them for the first time that we're getting what we're supposed to get. So this idea of we have gone beyond technicality, nothing can happen, my brother. Anything can happen in Nigeria. With this man in charge, with this mafia, with this ringleader in charge, the chairman of Auto Group in charge, anything can happen, my brother. So if Tribunal has the courage to say the truth, to deliver the true judgment, to reflect the true yearnings and aspiration of Edo people, that would be fine. But in the appeal and the Supreme Court, my brother, anything can happen. Thank you very much.
Come on, Mr. Joe, please hold. We have a caller. Let's take the caller then, Mr. Joe. You'll be
okay.
Caller, please say your name, tell us where you're calling from, and give us your submission.
Good evening, my name is Lucky. God bless all of you.
Lucky, nice talking to you.
This way. And I don't have more to say over this tribunal issue, but all we know, and we want to hear good news. You understand? We want to hear good news, and we want to hear good news. Make the judge do the right things. You understand? I already tell you people for the program say election for Nigeria. If you vote for, if you win, you must get something more easier for arts to even consider people who lead you. If it be say na person be say you vote for, now if they give your results, know anything you expect from her. Because we are not in the border for mind to say yes. All those people, they consider me to bring me to the landline. understand? But for this one, I know by the grace of God, may God tell the judge man to do the need so that may Nigeria will get peace more. You understand? May Nigeria will get peace more. You understand? So now what everybody need to expect now be that another thing is not there. So now waiting me I see be down because why? Whether one they jump food for the belly, I don't know. I believe by the time I make God let one jump food for the belly so that they do the right things. You know, they do the right things. So just number what people supposed to call you load, they post me for the eye. It's not supposed to possible because the devil they see there, they don't get sympathy for the whole nation. That's why they act in that way. You understand? So anybody when devil they see it, they don't get sympathy. They only see other people say that they exist, apart from only them that they see. But by this one, we know say we still think God will turn their heart to do the needful. So, my brother, all of so at the year more I try to get that mindset. No other say it no go possible, it no go possible, it no go possible, it no go possible. A minute can make you turn for good.
Yes.
So let us stand for that. Let us stand for that. So because if I want to go today, but it must be better for somewhere now to go to start. You know, we just say for today, everything you just said, may not possible. It must start literally to go. We'll begin to see the break light in there. It all the cost more small. You understand? So now so everything be that's why to God that my time when I'm not better. If I was some kind of Facebook say maybe I see some country when they use cassava to get another year to get preferences. Only cassava obviously with the look with the neglect and say maybe na minorities because they don't understand that. But now when they start, you understand? So because they get the idea, even who don't get the idea, who can go to me no man not get cassava, until they get that to get Satan get back, get start, they don't finish. Am I right? So but all those ones they don't say this many things will come out, they go help. That's so it be. So we pray for God to do the army do the need to. Anybody try to get this mindset. Anybody they try to say not possible, tell us me cover in mommy not discourage you. So we need to give ourselves hope.
Yeah, my brother, I get 100%. I get 100%.
Because this country will release now, country will release. So waiting with the eat, all of them is flour. All of them are flour. No, it's flour, all of us they eat. Not flour now. So now this one was supposed to be proud of this one they eat. So as for me, you know, yeah, because our own they try to not need to say something. Not we need to be eat their forehead. Or God do the right thing, do the right thing. If you say the thing they pay, if you don't pay you, you go pay your brother, you go pay your sister waiting around you.
Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you very much. We appreciate your submission. Thank you.
Yeah, moderator. Yeah, I share his sentiment. I share his frustration. We are in the same boat. But you watch a senator on the floor of the house saying, how many people his wife openly he was on the live broadcast. So probably he could not resist anything, or he didn't know, or God just wanted to force something out of him. You know what he said? He said most of them sitting down here, he could count the number of them that his wife were able to influence their judgment when his wife had the opportunity as a court of appeal judge. So we're talking of my brother. Let me give you another example. Do you know how many dirty jobs? You know why Wicked today? Wicked's influence in the PDP is like one man, a party that's supposed to be a national party. It's centered on one individual because of the dirty things was able to do for them, apart from the financial sponsorship. The dirty things was able to do for them when I don't want to mention certain judges here. They are still alive. I can mention them, nothing will happen. When Odili's wife was in the court of appeal, a lot of things they were able to influence for PDP and all that. So We are not saying, well, I share your sentiment. I want the truth I want the best for my state. But then let's not be too carried away with emotions and sentiments. Living I stated that even a baby lawyer could have won this case for ASU and PDP, knowing the magnitude of infraction and manipulations perpetrated during that election. I also told you that if those in this tribunal, the judges have the courage enough, a lot of things have already been thrown at them. Money, billions of naira, dollars, they already be tempted. If they have the courage to withstand all that, their career will be threatened to be cut short and everything. If they have the courage to withstand all that and come up with a good judgment, I'm telling you that the Court of Appeal has not been infiltrated by the likes of Wike and Co. So we want the best. But what I'm saying is, don't expect too much from this system. It's not as if PDP also does not have a good case. It's not as if we are not hoping for the best for Edo. We want the best. But then let's not be too confident that as if we are no longer operating in Nigeria, as if the Court of Appeal is not in Nigeria, the Tribunal is not in Nigeria, or the Supreme Court is no longer in Nigeria. The thing will go the way the man wanted it. You watch a video of him like you want Edo State. It's not even from Edo. You want Edo, I will give you Edo. What power does he have to give Edo to whoever that wants it? He doesn't vote in Edo. He doesn't vote in Edo. He's not an Edo man. He doesn't. He wanted to do the same thing in 2020, but Buhari did not play along with them. I'll give you Edo. What authority does he have to give Edo to? You are not a voter in Edo, so you have no influence whatsoever. You don't to decide who wins Edo election. So with that caliber of idiots at the helm of affairs, with that caliber of mafia at the helm of affairs, people are coming here for us to say we pray. My brother, I'm a believer, I'm a Christian. I don't think you are more Christian than I am. Prayer is good. Any prayer without work is dead. He said, as you pray, you work. God will bless the work of your hand. You don't pray and pray. There's no point praying for something God has already done for you. You pray and work towards it too. So I have the confidence that ASU has a good case. PDP has a very good case, very, very good one at that. But with the caliber of system we have, with the filtration in our appeal, my brother, I don't have any confidence in them. If they do otherwise and they allow due process to take its course, I think I will be happy. But I don't expect much from them. That's my submission. Maybe you didn't get me right. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
When you are right, but I believe we should just hope and see. Let's hope and see the team different this time, because I just give you some scenario concerning another thing again is that Tinubu, do you believe me? Tinubu will not survive 2027 because there's already coup against him, serious coup against him. So his mindset, he needs to struggle for a whole election. There are so many coups against him. So many.
Part of struggling for his own election would be. You see what he said at the beginning. He said you don't. Nobody gives you political power a la carte. He said you grab it and run away with it. So part of the grabbing is what you are seeing right now. Is part of the card that we will play in the knowing that the note is not secure for him right now. Whatever he can put in his pocket right now between now and 2027, he's ready to do it either by hook or by crook. He's a crook. The man is a crook himself. So if he allows the due process to take place, no doubt PDP and ASU will win.
We just hope he allow it to take place, because nothing God cannot do. That's what I believe. Let just as you said, the judges, they should be able to withstand whatever they are giving them, because most of the judges, most of them are 70, 65. What are they looking for again? If actually where immorality will reign, and they're looking somebody that above 60. What are they looking for?
That is the level of a tribunal. At the appeal, they have their children, they have their cousins and their wives in the appeal. I can tell you how many number of judges Wike was able to influence to that appeal. I can tell you how many judges Tinubu was able to influence to that appeal. So with that infiltration, with that mindset, with that corruption, with that adulteration of appeal, I'm not expecting much from them. That is get what I'm saying. If you allow due process, there's no doubt ASU will win, PDP will win. Even at the tribunal, even if the tribunal is courageous enough not to say the truth, At the level of appeal and the Supreme, I say I don't have any confidence. That's my point.
You are right. You are right. But let's
thank you all
our bigger cause.
thank you all for your submission. Yes, we understand that we have seen a lot of negatives and positives. Like I will give my submission like this. True, to be honest, in all honesty, I have my heart open to expect any outcome. It only beats my imagination that we have to go through a tribunal for an election that was credible. That is just the truth. An election that was has no reason to be tampered with, for us to go back to tribunal to see the results that we have seen before and trying to convince a few men that these results were that what the institution or Inec had come up with is not correct. That's the pain, because these things, it's taking time, it's halting development, it is taking a lot of money, a lot of distraction, and in a normal place, such things don't happen. By now, we should have gone past the election story. There will be nothing like tribunal or some lawyers trying to make people see, call white as it is, call this black because of finances. It is normal. In a proper place, you tell your client, you didn't win this election. There's no need taking me there. I'm not going to collect money to go and try to convince people that you won an election when you didn't win. But the go to court mantra in Nigeria has given a lot of us avenue not to be confident. It has given a lot of us we don't believe until it happens. It makes us feel like I might get attacked for this. It makes us feel like I don't believe Arsenal will sign a player until I see the player hold the shirt. Joe, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
You know what I'm talking about. You know, so these things those are the fears that we have. Even if we have belief that it is things are going in the right way. So for me, I want to see what the law or what the defendants will bring to the table that will make the outcome of the case change. That's all I'm waiting for. But it's not like I'm not. I just want to know what are they going to say to us that will make them say, okay, Asper did not win the election. That is why I'm eager. That's why I'm very, very interested, because I'm not saying Asper won the election, but these are evidences that have been put on the table, and I just want, like, I want them to how would I say it now? I want them to prove me wrong. Good, that's what I was saying. I want the system to prove me wrong, even if I have not said anything. But I just want the system. I want the judiciary to prove me wrong.
Moderator, yes. Can I just correct one thing there? Can I quickly chip in something there?
Go ahead.
Okay. Let's not even wait for them to prove you wrong, because if you want to prove you wrong, they can prove you wrong anyhow. They don't care about how you feel. So let me show you another example. You conducted an election. You do know the improvement, the electoral reforms that have taken place so far in Nigeria will have been enough for us to have a very credible election. Even Ghana, you saw what happened in Ghana. They copied from our system. They borrowed a leaf from what we are doing in Nigeria that we are doing wrong, to correct their own system. Yeah. It's not about the system, it's about the people, the operators of the system. Okay, let me tell you one thing. There was a result slip I saw yesterday. Accreditation was 74, right? In a go, somewhere in a go. PDP had 31. APC had about You know, the total accredited voter was supposed to be 74. You know what they did?
Yeah.
Somebody went in front of the 74 to add 4 there to make it at 474. Just adding 4 in front of 7. You understand?
Yeah.
So Inec went ahead to declare that 7 for. I mean, my brother, you know, if you talk like this, I want to believe that we are pretending, or you don't know the kind of country you come from. So they declared 474 in that locality, where their own IRF was showing 74 as the total accredited voter. That is just an example. The same thing happened in Esako. The same thing happened in as soon as they stop, even stopping the connection at the unit level. I mean, at the ward level, I'm forcing people to go to state headquarters where PDP agents were not allowed. Even the governorship aspirant was supposed to be #1 agent to himself there. Before the other agents he delegated to represent him at the ward and the unit level. He's supposed to be the #1 representative of himself. He was not allowed. So that alone was a manipulation in the highest order. That was against electoral reform. The reform, the same reform, you use billions of taxpayers' money, you know, to bring about. So collation was supposed to be done at the unit, the ward level, for onward transmission to the local government, from local government to the state level. Where as they are doing this, everything will be going in through the own Inec IRF. They abandoned their own IRF. They abandoned in some areas. They abandoned their own BVAS and started doing manual money. That alone would have been enough to nullify the election. So somebody allowed that one. Somebody went as far as to declare election result based on that. I mean, as an umpire, INEC has power to take a lot of decisions to stop courts from coming into our electoral process. INEC is so powerful that it's an umpire. It's like a referee in the match. 11 on this side, 11 on this side. When the referee says it's a penalty, it's a penalty. Whether it is or not, whatever the referee says, it's just to, you know, if it's not convinced, or ask the people you have on the field, like the semen in a football match. You know, review it and again and say, no, this is a penalty, or this is not a penalty. INEC has a lot of power, a lot of authority to do a lot of things. You know, he has a lot of power to nullify results in certain areas, where there are arguments, where there are confusion, where the election could not take place for one reason or the other. You know, but they refused to do it. They turned the blind eye to what was going on and went ahead to declare results. So if they want to prove you wrong, they don't care about how people feel about what they want to say. It's about what they want to achieve. So that's why some people will tell you it's only a revolution that will solve our problem. They are not far from the truth. No matter how well we try to shy away from the truth we are running away from someday, somehow. I'm not an advocate of violence. You know, the truth someday, we refuse to confront. The truth will confront us someday. And I pray it might not be too late for us. I just pray it will not be too late for us. You know, the truth will certainly one day confront us, because a lot of things, we have allowed a lot of things that are not supposed to be in Nigeria, which is very, very, it will boomerang one day, just a matter of time.
Thank you very much, Commander Mori. We all stand on the same slab, but we stand on the same block, which means, yes, we all have the beliefs, and it is only sad that, yes, your example on INEC, on Ghana using our template to modify their election, and it provided them with a result, and they have moved on. Everything was plain, clean and fair. Yes, it is sad that we are still falling back on this because of, I don't know what is it. Is it because we want to be close to or we just want to give favors to keep favors, or is it because for financial strength? I don't know, but they should know that when these institutions don't work well, poverty will remain. Poverty will become a key. a major key in our society. And no matter how rich you are, you'll be always poor. You can be rich with all the money, but the whole system and the whole thing around you becomes poor. However, money will not give you the value of what you should be getting. That is why we're actually talking about a hospital now. A person going to a hospital to visit a patient cannot use the facility there. When I mean the facility, just to use the restroom. That is one of the lowest thing. That means you can't even probably drink water in there. Someone some days ago complained how there were no drugs in a hospital in the hospital pharmacy after they were giving a prescription. When they didn't have as low as PCA, that which is paracetamol. It was that bad. I wonder why all these things happen. I wonder why the most little things or the very little things have become like, I don't know. Everything we keep talking now, the guy is sounding very, very, very disappointed. He has been in Benin for a while. There's nothing he has seen that has impressed him. Or maybe I forgot to ask him if he went to because he said that he said he wanted to go to one of our favorite restaurants in Benin, a popular restaurant close to the High Court. But the Tribunal did not. I wanted to ask him if the food still tastes as good as it used to taste. So we have a long way to go.
Nigeria is the only place where a thief will let you take your vehicle from you or come to your house, pay you or take your property and tell you to go to court because he knows that a fellow thief is waiting, to compound your situation in the court. A thief will tell you, a thief will be the number one person to tell you go to court. I've stolen it. This is your property. This is your vehicle. Go to court because he knows that one way or the other, the court system has been compromised. So, I mean, we have a long way to go. And the people are not helping matters. If you don't challenge the system, no slave master is willing to allow the slave to go because you're doing a lot of services for the slave master. No slave master will willingly allow the slave to get freedom if the slaves are not able to say enough is enough. You need to resist. You have to put on some level of resistance to say, I'm tired of being a slave. Without that, my brother, we are just wasting our time. We have to resist the system that is not working for any of us. A lot of people, 80 to 90% of Nigerian people believe that the system is not working. It's only working for a cabal, for a little cabal, less than 5% of the entire populace, taking advantage of the people at the detriment of the critical masses of the people. So unless these masses of people come together to say enough is enough, the system will not checkmate itself. It will not checkmate itself. America went through their own system. Every great nation you see in the world have their own history to tell. But it took a woman, to say, I'm not going to the back of that seat to sit down. I'm not going to sit down at the back of that seat of that bus. The fare you are paying is the fare, the transport fare the white man is paying is the transport fare the black woman is paying. Today, I'm not going to the back of that to sit down at the back of that bus. It started like that. It took somebody to say, I will eat in the same restaurant where the white folk is eating. I'm not going back. I have the right to enter here. There will be resistance. There will be killings. There will be, at the beginning. But then things will begin to unfold. Things will begin to take shape. Things will begin to change. If we continue to say we are praying, we have been praying, my brother, and God has been on our side. If not for God on our side, by now Nigeria will have been gone. So it is God that is putting the Nigeria together to make. But we as a people need to stand up and say this is what we want. If you wait for the beneficiaries of the system to one day just wake up and say we want the system to favor the masses, my brother, we are deceiving ourselves. It doesn't happen that way anywhere in the world.
It is well. Everything we have to just keep our fingers crossed and then gradually we will get there. Or let let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. Nothing lasts forever, no matter what it is. But ours is lasting for too long. Like I say, it's a system that has been built. A system that has been built is a machine that has been propelled towards that is spinning towards the wrong direction. That's how it has been since '99. I keep saying it. I keep hitting on it. That our democracy was built on greed and squander. That is what we are. This is the dividend now, where one man wants to have it all. He wants to. It's like they do it like they do the churches. You want to be GO. You want your wife to be mommy GO. You want your son to be son GO, and you want to all of it for yourself. There's a saying that says the resources of the world is enough for everybody, every human, but the greed of the world is not allowing the resources of the world to go around. Understand why the basics. We are not saying, yes, put your tariffs, but let the basic work. It doesn't have to be rocket science. Let the basic be the basic. Security, you don't always need men with guns for security. Electricity can create security. That's just it. You start with good road network and create security. Those are little things. You don't need, for these days, they take roadblocks, they put 100 roadblocks. You keep 100 roadblocks. You put people in the middle of the bushes. Ideas will start coming up. And you leave them in the bushes with arms. First of all, they are all by themselves in there. It's not their terrain. They are all by themselves. Their ideas will start coming up. Then the police will say something in Abuja. Why the people in Okene are not doing? They are not adhering to it. You hear the IG of police will come up to say, and nobody can set your phone. The next day, you see videos of young men traveling and they are being harassed over and over again after the IG just said something yesterday. We are talking about approving 21 jail year term for cultists, but the kidnapping is endless. The 21-year-old prince or traditional person has been kidnapped around the Esa area. Even the rider of the bike killed.
Yeah, that happened. Udo in the Guebel local government.
So imagine that they're announcing one. The same thing is happening at the back. Nobody is scared because we don't know how it is run. Nobody is scared because if there are rules and these people are and it works, I thought Nigerians are people that want to enjoy. Nigerians like to enjoy. Nigerians don't like to be caged.
And they don't even need so much. You know one thing about our Nigeria? They just need the basic things of life. They don't really demand so much from their government, because if there is light, for example, I'll give you a very good example. There's light, electricity, for example, that power, for example. A lot of people will do a lot of marvelous things for themselves. Nigerians are people that, even when things are not going on, I don't know if it's natural about us. We try to maximize our happiness even when things are not there to make us happy. And we don't really demand so much from our people, from our government. We don't need you to do the little thing that will make people see that you are doing something. Like provide that electricity, for example. Provide a good road, which are supposed to be the basic, responsibility of government. Just the basics. It's crazy, my brother. Nigeria need to, the way things are going, we have complained too much. We'll be complaining before 1960. 1960 now, we'll be complaining. We need to rise as a people to say enough is enough. Without that, we continue talking and nothing will change.
Well, what do we say? We keep our fingers crossed, we keep it real, and we'll continue. because we have no other choice than to continue to speak. We will speak and speak and speak until we are heard. That is what I feel. That is the modern day revolution. Revolution these days, I don't believe is by going having protests, because that will give them an avenue for a set of distraction. So if the revolution,
my brother, I don't need to challenge you. Speaking without action is like putting the car before the horse. It's not going to move. You're talking to people that know that the only thing you know how to do is to talk. So you're talking, even the talking is even becoming less. You saw what the APC did against PDP when they were in opposition. The same APC now in power, they cannot even allow what they did to PDP, to remove PDP from power. So they're trying to silence everybody. So no people, how many people are talking? The talking should be escalated to a level of resistance. You know, social disobedience, civil disobedience is allowed. It's a constitutional right of every citizen. It's not a crime to resist to resist the shenanigans of government of the day. You saw what they did. You saw what they did at Ojota. You saw what they did in Abuja. You saw what they did in Kaduna when at a point Buhari and Okadibo, late Okadibo, were tear gas. Talking, my brother, talking without action is like it's going to be effort in futility. I'm not saying we should destroy. There should be civil disobedience to what you think the government is not doing right. Opposition is allowed. Opposition is a parallel government in the state. So any government without opposition is there's every tendency for such a government to be despotic. It will lead to anarchy. Any government without opposition will be despotic. And I mean, government that cannot even, you see what they are doing. If you talk, they tell you they give they bring all manners of charges against you, cyber stalking, just to silence the voices of the oppressed. So my brother, there's a level to which we can talk that will make the government feel the impact, not the way we are going about it. Without resistance, without strong resistance, formidable resistance, they are profiteering from it. As the masses are complaining, so also they are celebrating. As they pain us, the masses, it they switch them. So no expect this talk we talk from every forum here and there, once in a while, you know, every day, or it's not moving there. They're not going to be moved with it. We need to rise up as a people, put our religious belief aside, put our sentiments aside, our tribal differences aside, even sometimes our political affiliation aside. Because right now, APC does not have a special gas station for their members. APC does not have a special market for cheap product for their members. So sometimes we can rise above our political affiliation. I know some of them will also come to various platforms to say, no, Tinubu is doing fair. Nigeria is an Eldorado. Nigeria has become a heaven for everybody. Nigeria, this is the kind of Nigeria, the dream of our forefathers. They will have, some of them will, they are everywhere. They have agents everywhere that want to speak for the government of the day. But the critical masses of the people should be able to say, no, enough is enough of this nonsense. Because suffering, poverty does not know political affiliation. It does not know tribe, does not know religious affiliation. Thank you. So we have to rise. We have to go beyond just talking to say we are tired. We can occupy without even shooting gun. We don't have a gun. We don't have anything. You can occupy the National Assembly. It's part of civil disobedience. You can go to, if they can't allow you to go to Aso Rock, you can cause some civil disobedience here and there. And you just reflect this APC did to remove Jonathan from power. One day they had a casket of Jonathan on their head. You know, a man that was still alive. You understand? To say enough is enough, we're going to bury Jonathan and his government today. So we must be able, that was what, you know, those were some of the things they did. If I remember what they did at Ojota, they were occupied that place, they were cooking, they were eating there. Somebody was, this man, this idiot in charge today was once financing such a protest. Today, you don't even allow people to speak. You want to silence everybody. So there's a level, we must escalate this level of talk, I mean, to a level that will make them feel the impact, or else the talk will just be like a rain, you know, pouring water on the stone. It's just washing the surface. It's not going to penetrate anywhere.
Well, you see, guys, Commander Murray has given us our submission, our final submission for the day. He has told us what the needful what we need to do, and he has told us the needful. How do we achieve this? That will determine on how strong we stand on our submissions, because he says talk without action does not work, which is true, but doesn't mean we can't keep talking, because sometimes they feel when we don't talk, we actually do not know what is going on, because they say, I think silence sometimes is consent. Am I right? Yes, I think that is the word. For those, especially the lawyers in the house and they say silence is consent. It's golden, okay, but silence is consent as well. Yes, that is true. So we have to give it our every way. First of all, I think before a revolution starts, the majority has to agree. We have to agree to this, because it is funny how when we come out to speak, you hear people that speak against what we say, and they say we are not understanding, or we don't know how it works, or we don't see the bright picture, or we don't see the future. That was what they said in 1999. That was what they said in 2003. And guess what? This is 2025. They are still saying it. We can't be blockheaded for some guys to be saying the same thing and we are expecting a different result. That doesn't work. You can't be
without action. I give you an example. In 1993, I participated in the struggle to actualize June 12. When Abiola left, when he went to America, went to UK, thinking those people were his friends that would come and help him actualize the mandate, little did you know that those ones were not even on his side. But when he came back, it was like on the day of Pentecost, the Holy Ghost descended on everybody. They were speaking in different tongues. They could understand themselves. That was what happened. When he came back to say, I'm here, that was something they told him in the detention. Say, Chief, we learned they are negotiating your mandate for your freedom. He said, you don't tell the barber to cut your hair when you are not there. Whatever they are saying while I'm not there is a nullity. But when he came, you could see the energy in everybody. You could see we're willing to die for what we believe in. Not because we were the SDP, not because we were Yoruba, not because because of the people's mandate. We took it as a common challenge. Somebody, that one yielded a lot of results. Some people will tell you he died for nothing. He didn't die for anything. And somebody that was ready to transform himself from military to Agbada as a civilian president has to step aside because people were agitated. There was tension in the land. So the revolution we talk about is not just the revolution of destruction or guns or killings. No. Revolution of the mind. The greatest poverty we have is the poverty of the mind. The mind of the people is so delusional. The mind of the people is so, I don't know, we have been captured. We need such a movement. We need such a formidable resistance to today. IPP has not been able to come back. That was what gave birth to 1999 democracy we have. And you remember what happened in 1999? That was why only Yoruba people were allowed to contest. The two formidable parties, SDP and the NRC, allowed their members, their flag bearers to come from Southwest. In the person of Olufalaye for one party, and the other one Obasanjo in another in 1999 now for Obasanjo for PDP and Olufalaye for what party was that again? I think AD.
No,
was it AD?
I think it was APP.
No, APP. No, it wasn't APP. It was PDP and AD. Alliance for Democracy. Yeah, something like that. So every movement we make has results. It doesn't mean when we talk about revolution, it doesn't mean war. It's not war. There's a way you make people to realize that what is going on. You make them wake up to their consciousness. You make them wake up to what is happening around them. You make them to wake up to their responsibility as a people. The highest office of the land is the office of the citizen. No power, no government can be more powerful than the people. When government become more powerful than the people, the people are captured. So when we talk about revolution of the mind, let people know that, I mean, they should not be docile, they should not be gullible, they should not be subservient to whatever the government is throwing at them. So we talking, my brother, will not yield any result. I can give you instances where resistance, where civil disobedience has yielded a result. You know, if Obi had allowed his members to go on the street, what is happening right now will not have, they will not be able to achieve what they got. So there must be critical mass of the people waking up to say enough is enough. Mere talking does not yield result. There has to be resistance. That's the kind of revolution we're talking about. It's not the revolution of shooting the guns or destroying our infrastructures or, you know, killing ourselves. No. Revolution does not necessarily mean that, except you allow it to degenerate to that level. There is a level you wake up in the consciousness of the people. The authority will be aware that there's a level to which they can go. That was what made the IBB to step aside. But today has not been able to come back. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you very much, Comrade Omori. I appreciate your submission. It's about time we've hit the 2-hour mark. It's time for us to leave. Yes, as it is, we have to call it a day. And before I leave, I have to give my African proverb, and this says, it's a proverb on fear. If you fear something, you give it the power over you. That is what a lot of people have. We have fear for I don't want to die. We have fear for if I do, I will not win. If I fear, if I do, I will not pass the exam. If I fear, if I don't make it. Fear if I don't go to heaven. Fear if I don't get the visa. Fear if I don't win the bet. If you have fear for something, you give it the power over you. And it means that fearing something, you essentially allow you to control your actions and reactions. So please, it's high time we keep our fears behind us and begin to work on the positives. We have to keep our fear behind us and begin to think of a lot of stuff. And please, again, on the other hand, we have to ensure that we try to stop people from selling fear to us. Because some people sell fear with the barest minimum. When they come, they'll sell fear. No, don't go there, we don't do it. Or no, they are doing this. Or negative, making people not to see the ability in them. Or tell a person you must be a doctor, you must be a nurse, you must be an engineer. You give them the fear of doing other things. Or you say you cannot play football. It's not everybody that will make it. You must be a lawyer and a nurse. It's not everybody that will be a rich doctor. It's not everybody that will be a rich lawyer. So please, the fear, let us not put fear in people. Let us have the fear of God, and that is all. We can have the fear of God, but let us not fear anything. We should have dominion over all. So that is my African proverb for today. I want to thank everybody that has been in the studio with us, Mr. Joe, Comrade Omori, Paradaiva, all the people watching from all the social media platforms. You guys are the greatest guys in the world. You keep the platform rolling. But please, I want to beg. It's 2024. We need people to share. Put the like buttons, share, put the like buttons, thumbs up, even comment. Like I said before, we want to hear your voices. We want to know the people that we are communicating with. We want to hear you. Call the line. The phone line is always open. Call in, make your comments, tell us your even if you are the governor of Edo State, yes, make your comments. Let us see the point from the perspective you are telling us from. And we'll say it and give it to you, the people as they want it. Anyways, I've come to the end of the day again. Thank you for being here with us. Thank you for all you have done. And have a beautiful week ahead. I'll see you guys on Friday in God's name. Thank you. Have a good day, sir.
Bye-bye, bro.
Yeah, bye.